Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here from Force Strategy Gaming. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well, as always. Day is just going dandy. Really nice outside, nice weather, nice sunshine, reflecting off my face. Well, not right now. I'm obviously inside doing some commentaries. But anyways, yes, let's get into this matchup. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some more games from MLG. It is Tuesday, so Tuesday means commentary days. We already got the grand finals here, but we're going to be taking a look specifically at this best of three here between Moon and OGSMC. You can see right now we are, of course, here on Test Bug, and the players here, we have Moon in the, what is this, 3 o'clock position, there we go, as the red Zerg, and right around the 11 o'clock we do have MC as our blue Protoss. So Protoss versus Zerg, this is going to be a best of 3 series once more from MLG. Kenzie right now, MC is moving out with his scout, probe scout. We'll be actually checking the bottom position before moving to the right position. And once he does get over there, he will, of course, be spotting where Moon is. Now, Moon, let's take a look at what he's going to be doing. This, I would say this map is, I don't know, I would say about medium in size. I'm not sure what the exact description of it and the exact dimensions per se, but relatively compared to other maps that we'll see in the ladder and we'll just see in general play, I would say this is about medium size. It's not a smaller map, but it's not a necessarily huge map either. The reason I mention that is because that can really dictate what Moon's going to decide to do, if he would look to do something like a 15 hatch or not. Looks like he has decided to kind of play it safe, go with the safe opening, the safe Zerg opening against a Protoss opponent, going to allow him to get out these early speedlings and get some map control, and also try to deny any possible harassment that this probe here may try to eventually do. Now back over here inside of MC's base, we can see right now Gateway coming on through. No assimilator as of yet. Should be getting one sometime relatively soon, though. I would expect that assimilator to come. There we go. So finally there, MC dropping down the assimilator. Back over here inside of the main base of Moon, we can see a little bit of probe harass coming down from MC, trying to harass and try to kill off that drone a little bit and then pull back and let his shields recharge. Now unfortunately enough, though, obviously these drones recharge as well. But I'd have to say that shield recharge is definitely a little bit better, and that's why MC is going to be free to harass here without much of a retaliation from Moon. We can see Moon is coming out right now with that one queen, also has 2 Zerglings on the way, going to opt for just the 2 Zerglings. I know, there we go, finally coming out with the second batch, so that will bring him with 4 Zerglings. These first 2 should be tailing that probe right away. We'll get a few free shots here and trying to micro around to get a couple more shots off before the probe pulls through, but excellent play there by MC. You see how he just pathed right through those Zerglings. That is because he had right-clicked on a mineral patch, and that allowed him to not get obstructed by the Zerglings moving in front of him and then stopping. So there you have it. Right now, we are going to see MC actually try to path him down to the incorrect position. He's basically trying to lure Moon down to this position in hopes, for Moon's sake at least, that he would be down here. But obviously at this point, realizing with these Zergling scouts that, hey, looks like MC is in fact in the upper left position, although he hasn't actually officially scouted that. He is aware of that at this point just from encountering those 2 Zealots. Back over here for Moon, we can see, okay, this happens way too often. I'm very sorry. Thank you for that. Anyways, yes, we can see right now Zerglings of Moon will be heading on up into the base of MC, and MC actually doesn't have anything blocking off, and this is quite a problem. Second gateway getting dropped down. Right now, MC will be forced to come down with some probes. At the same time, though, the Zealots of MC attacking Moon's expansion, and this is actually devastating amounts of damage. When this hatchery does pop, it will be quite low in HP. Something else to realize, though, is that with all this harassment, there we go, Zerglings finally pulling back. We'll get a surround on that sentry, and see you later. That sentry will get dropped, no problem. Trying to drop a force field at the last moment, but really didn't do much. Zealots will be actually pushing forward to engage. You can see all of these Zealots still alive, want to get their back up against something tight and then engage those Zerglings to try to prevent that full surround. And you can see excellent job there by MC, increasing the life of those Zealots as long as possible. Still in the main of Moon, some remnants, still in the main of MC, some of the remnants of Zerglings from Moon were still there, but finally MC was able to deal with that. He does have another gateway coming up. Looks like we will be expecting a 3-gate expand here from MC. You can see those 2 assimilators up and running because, of course, he will be going sentry heavy. That helps him deal with any early game aggression a little better, but again, the Zerglings pushing down with that force field plus that pylon. They weren't able to move in, but they will be soon. No, never mind, their second sentry. So as long as MC's paying enough attention, he should be able to stop those Zerglings from pushing into the base. He does have that warp gate tech now finished, so we'll be able to get out 1 sentry and a second sentry very soon after that as well. Might even throw in a couple Zealots, and in fact, there they are, 2 Zealots in the mix there as well. Let's take a look at the main base right now of Moon. We can see he is just going to be droning up very hard. Roach Warren finally coming through right now. There's no layer tech on the way. He is really just working on his economy, plus all of this harass he's been moving out with. Now with these zealots and sentries, even though it's only a small count, it's more than enough to deal with this relatively small army of Zerglings. So that's actually going to force those Zerglings to pull on back and just chill out by that Zelnaga tower for the moment. Back over here for Moon, what does he have going on? Looks like he may very well be coming out with another expansion, and there it is. Moon will be moving into his third, spotting that 3-gate expand from MC. He wants to go up and get that extra base, allowing him to get that stronger economy, extra use of those larvae, and everything of the sort. Now, in terms of what else Moon is doing, well, again, taking a look, you can see just droning really hard. That's really all he's focused on. All he has in terms of army and attacking units at the moment are just these 8 Zerglings. Really not too concerned of getting that strong of a force, although within the next 30 seconds to a minute, I would expect some more units, and there we go. In fact, some roaches are coming out, just because you could be a little bit concerned about something like a 6-gate push off of those 2 bases from the Protoss player, and that's a little bit hairy, and that's something you definitely want to keep an eye out for. So as a result, you can see getting out those roaches just kind of as a precautionary method. At the same time, he will, of course, be scouting with the Zerglings, so if a push does come, he will be fully aware of it. Back over here, MC's Nexus is up. We'll be transferring down some of those workers right now, continuing to chrono boost out. We do have that hallucination coming out, likely to be seeing, of course, those hallucinated phoenixes, a great method of scouting, especially when you start off so sentry heavy with this 3-gate expand. This build really allows you to segue right into those phoenixes, not having to worry about robotech for observers initially, and just using those phoenixes to get your scouting, check the extra bases, check the tech, and everything like that. So as you can see right now, MC is moving out with that hallucinated phoenix. Back here in the bottom, we can see the expansion. The third of Moon has finally popped right now, so we'll be seeing a transfer of a few workers there momentarily. Another hallucinated phoenix moving out, so one will be moving into the natural main, and one will be checking the third, and of course that will scout that out very quickly. There we go. So now MC is aware of the fact that Moon has expanded to his third. He's also seen the Roach Warren, he's seen that evolution chamber, and he sees the fact that the layer is just coming up right now as well. So with these 2 hallucinated phoenixes, MC has seen absolutely everything that Moon's doing, and he's got a clear vision as to what's going on. Now, in terms of what Moon has going on, well, again, we can see that layer just about finished. We'll probably want to start the speed upgrade for those roaches, may even get that Hydralisk Den as well. There's really 2 probable paths that we're going to be seeing him take. He will be either just going very roach heavy and trying to roll over his opponent. We can see that Burrow research coming out, likely to see the tunneling claws as well, or he could go Roach Hydra, and it looks like Roach Hydra will be the mix, and then later moving into Corruptors as well. We can see MC finally pushing out a little bit. We'll be trying to take out these rocks, grab that Zelnaga tower, and give himself that little bit of an extra warning if a push does come from Moon. Back inside of the natural here of MC, we can see Forge is up. We'll be chrono boosting out. This is the level 1 upgrade for his ground units. Still just working on these 3 gateways, finally coming out with some additional ones. Twilight Council as well as this robotics facility is up. Not looking like he's going to be getting Colossus anytime soon. I'm expecting Blink Stalkers right now, given that Twilight Council. That seems like the probable path there for MC. Still some continued Phoenix scouting there, some hallucinated Phoenix scouting from MC, and what he was really doing there was just checking the location and how large the army was for Moon. We can see very, very roach heavy at the moment. We'll be throwing in an Overseer in there just as well, just in case he does deal with any DT. That would be quite obnoxious, so making sure that he is prepared to handle that. Also, this will be a great method of scouting for Moon. We can see Moon does have the 2 spotting Overlords. Wouldn't be too surprised if he moved in with those sometime soon to check the base of MC and see precisely what he had going on. Third of Moon is nice and saturated. MC still just on the 2 bases, still continuously moving out with these Phoenix Scouts, and again, just checking the army. You can see actually just stopping right there, exactly where the army is. He just wants to know where and how much, essentially. That's all he's really concerned about at the moment. We'll be retreating back to his base, though, as he saw the roaches move out a little bit, and following, actually, the Overseer as well, because really there's nothing that Moon can do right now without that anti-air. So hilariously enough, he's getting scouting and just kind of being a pain in the butt, pinging that attack there. So there we go. We'll be pushing down, trying to take out the Overseer, but doesn't want to engage quite yet. Now, this Roach Army does have to be very careful about when he engages Moon. Needs to be careful because there are a lot of sentries here and a ton of energy with them as well. Those force fields will be very frustrating. He actually just wants to fight in these open, larger areas. Definitely does not want to fight anywhere where he could be cut in half, such as these choke points right here, by these little terrain obstructions over here. MC moving out some additional Blink Stalkers, and it looks like, yes, Blink was in fact the research of choice as expected. Really wouldn't have just expected Charged Zealots. Can't see Moon is trying right now to move into his fourth down here, right around the 6 or 7 o'clock position, and actually Roaches of Moon trying to engage, but again needs to be very, very careful about when and how he engages MC, because the last thing you want is to lose half your army to force fields. You really just have to be very picky and very choosy in terms of where you engage. And right now, really not giving him that opportunity. MC is going to force an engagement here by trying to attack this expansion, and there you go, in this narrow choke point with that hatchery blocking as well. He was actually able to stop the army of Moon from engaging and drop this expansion. But at the same time, Moon will be moving across the map and will be going out for a counterattack very soon. So how is MC going to respond? Will he pull back to try to defend his base, or is he just going to continue to push in? The fact that he dropped that hatchery by itself is pretty huge. And here comes an engage right now. Again, Moon needs to be very careful about where he engages. This is not a good spot to engage for Moon. Moon needs to be careful. This is not... needs to be careful, and there you go. But gonna be using the Burrowed Roaches. Very nice play there, and I don't think we have an observer right here. No, it looks like we do not. I think the observer did die. There is still an observer on the board. There we go, finally bringing that observer with his army. That's what he needs to properly deal with those Burrowed Roaches. Moon is moving across the map against MC, right into that natural expansion, and is MC going to get there in time? We'll be getting some Zerglings and Hydras from the tail end there, losing a couple of his Blink Stalkers, unless he actually moves them away, but he's too busy dealing with his inside of his expansion. Looks like this will get dropped now. We do have an observer over here, I believe. I thought I just saw one, but that may have gotten taken out, and there are the force fields, but still, MC has lost that expansion, and this is quite a problem. There's the observer here. Losing that expansion is a big, big deal right now, and Moon's continuing up this aggression, and Moon's looking to actually be in a really good spot, and there is the GG from MC. Early on, Moon was able to get 4 Zerglings, his initial 4 Zerglings, right inside of the main base of MC and harass quite a bit, stopping mining from MC for quite some time. And you may ask, well, where were those Zealots blocking off the front of MC's base? Well, it just so happened that MC did send out 3 initial Zealots to harass the expansion of Moon, and he did do quite a bit of damage to the hatchery and was able to take out a few of those Zerglings as well, but unfortunately, subsequently, as a result, had to deal with these Zerglings inside of his main, which proved to be quite a headache for him. After handling those early Zerglings in his base, MC did move into a typical 3-gate expand, and with his sentries and Zealots, plus this kind of semi-wall-off, he was easily able to handle any subsequent aggression from Moon's early game Zerglings. Spotting the fast expansion, Moon decided to move into his quick third. He then began teching up, going for the general Roach Hydra army composition against Protoss. MC this game opted for 6-gate Blink Stalkers as his army composition of choice. MC moved out across the map at around 14 minutes game time and attempted to force an engagement from Moon. Now, one thing to realize is, of course, that Moon does not want to engage this army that is sentry heavy in any small choke points. So because of those force fields, Moon was forced to retreat. This allowed MC to snipe down his 3rd hatchery. Moon responded by simply pushing out for a counterattack into the natural expansion of MC. And although Moon had lost his 3rd, he had an additional base up, quickly replacing the one he had lost. Having 3 mining bases and taking out the natural expansion of MC allowed the reinforcements of Moon to quickly mop up what was left over of MC's army, and that's what forced the GG. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. Again, this was game number 1 in the best of 3 series between MC and Moon. We will be moving on to game number 2 in just one moment. And as always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Keep watching and keep owning.